आप मुझे बताओ, कोई आपको बोलेगा मैं आपको 2 करोड़ रुपए दूंगा, 2 करोड़ रुपए दूंगा, आपको 4 वीडियो बनाने और इवेंट पे आना है, आप मना करोगे उसको? आपको लगेगा बंदा लेजिट है, क्योंकि पेमेंट 50% पहले हो जाती है. Influencer is something I can't tell you that I have been able to influence you or not. You can tell me if you have been influenced by what I just said. Our natural human element is to help others. Anybody. You see somebody crossing on a road and sitting in a cab, and you see that they're finding difficulty. But if you see that, what is the first thought that comes in your mind? It's to help the person.
Yeah.
I love extra bhav. Who doesn't? And I'm unapologetic about it.
Pallav, how do we manage this, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
This energy. This, can we start the podcast?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, please.
Okay, for the first time, okay, I've done 100 episodes, Jatin.
Wow.
100. And I've never had a guest like you, okay? I can tell you. And Pallav, my person who's like right behind capturing every moment of the guest who comes, Pallav, you know that we don't have this kind of energy ever. So let's just breathe. You're not used to this. Deep breaths. So, everyone, this is Jatin Saini. I found him because he's so over LinkedIn all the time.
I live on LinkedIn, yes.
You live on LinkedIn, and I found you on LinkedIn. I found your content to be so real, so relatable, so somebody can understand. And so long as well. But I just want to read every part of it, which is very rare. Like, you know,
Wow.
how your attention span is, you just want to quickly, you know, just get to the point. But whatever you write, I want to read to the end. So thank you for coming on my podcast. This is called Discover Your SecondAct Podcast. And after talking to you, even before we started off, you have so much in you. And so it'll not be fair for me to introduce you because I don't think I can do justice to this. So Jatin, tell us about who you are, what you do, where does this energy come from? What do you eat in the morning? And what do you sleep? I mean, you know, literally, I don't want to get there, but like, yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for having me and allowing me to
yeah.
borrow this very beautiful piece here. I think I'm loving it. I don't know if you guys are loving it. If you do love it, drop it in the comment section. If you don't love it, please don't comment. Yeah, just don't spread that energy, please. Don't tell Archana if you don't like something I'm wearing. But I love it. Thank you.
This is mine, by the way.
It is absolutely
Yeah.
hers.
Tell
Yeah,
it.
I'm just trying to say good stuff about it, so after the episode I can steal it and go. But to answer your question, hello everyone, I'm Jatin. I am a LinkedIn content creator. I am also the founder of House of Creators, where we give out free resources to creators and help them and coach them and get them become who they want to become.
Wow.
This is something we started in the month of January. We were in stealth. We've come out this month, you know, out in the public, in the open for everybody to know. And what else do? I do a lot of things. I've worked with a lot of more people and brands and organizations. You want to know about that? Go to my LinkedIn, find it out. And I hope you like my content like she does, because that was like, thank you for saying that.
I do.
You called me real and relatable. Real and authentic is something I've heard left, right, and center, but I hear real, authentic, and energetic. I think you called me relatable, and I'm just so much more grateful. I've been dying to hear people call me relatable because I just struggle so much with that. There's so many thoughts that I just get, which is when I just drop them out and I just don't sense that. So I've worked hard on it to be able to communicate that. So grateful for you for having said that. But you also asked me that what do I eat in the morning and what's the secret of this energy?
Yes.
So honestly, what I've realized is I wake up. Like, I haven't eaten anything since morning except a glass of water, which I just had right now, because I've just been rushing. I woke up at 11, and thank you so much for accommodating this. I'm very sorry. I came late. She's a genuinely amazing woman. She's a genuinely amazing woman. I don't know how you're bearing with. Thank you so much. Never keep a beautiful woman waiting. Never like somebody like Archana. Please don't do that.
Waiting or waiting,
sorry, like,
whatever it is.
Like, that's how you can make me nervous. If I make a mistake, I just get nervous. But I'll tell you what. I sleep with an app called Headspace. Because it just helps me sleep. I just play the 45-minute sleep sound thing, and I think it's good for my body.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, I usually eat fruits. The first thing that I eat is fruits. But it's not my diet. It's not that I drink a lot of water in the day. I think it's the genes. My dad's Haryani, my mom's Punjabi, and it's a love marriage.
Oh.
So I think that product just happens to be like
Yeah,
this.
so now you know.
Very jumpy, yeah.
Very jumpy. The Haryani and the Punjabi genes are like all over you.
Yeah, but well.
In fact, I should have asked, what did your mom eat? So that you were produced. So
honestly, I think I'll ask her when I'll have my own kids. I'll tell my mom, please tell me what you ate that time. We want to have my kids like me only, like happy
really?
and bubbly. I don't know, but that day, year, decade is far. I mean, too young to even think of that. But yeah, why not? If I get to know, I'll tell you.
you should. And thank you, really. Jokes apart, I mean, of course, I love your energy. And that's why I think, we were literally like dozing off and like saying, okay, this is my second podcast and I have another recording. And I was like just conserving my energy. And there you come with like, dropping a full bomb full of like, life here. So, which is so amazing. And I think Kunzum Cafe is going to be very honored that they have a guest like you today.
You're too kind, yeah. You're too kind. I'm just like blushing to a point that I am not even allowed to because, I don't. Thank you. Grateful.
So, coming to LinkedIn. Of course, I noticed you at LinkedIn and you're doing great work at LinkedIn. Why did you choose LinkedIn and not where the youth are, the other social media channels? What are you doing with such a serious, very professional, very, very articulated well, and then you come with a bang?
Thank you. And I'll just say, I'll just stop saying thank you in this conversation because you're saying such good stuff and I'm very grateful otherwise. But to answer this question, it'll be very, 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 very simple. I'm a very strategic person. People will talk to me about, oh my God, you have great communication skills. In a phase of my life, they would say, wow, what an English you speak, bro. What confidence, right? Somebody would then say, oh, what energy you have, bro. So there've been like different phases of my life that has happened. But to answer your question in a very simplistic way, I'm a very strategic person. So when I was growing up, I was advised by a lot of people that I should either pick law because I had like a passion for debates when I was in school. I was a 3-time national champion. So they were like, you should definitely do debates. And so you should definitely do law, right? That's my grandfather, he was a criminal lawyer. So you have guidance also. So they were like, kar lo ye. Another thing that they were suggesting me is go to TV, go mass media journalism and do all of that, right? And I was just like, this is I don't want to do because you're calling me dumb. So there was a stupidity also in this decision. So I chose to do engineering on my own, where the world was telling their kids, please, engineering karo apne bachchon ko. My parents were like, please, BBA kar le nahi to. Why do you want to get into engineering? And I was like, you think I'm dumb? I go to my class for the first day and I'm sitting with the commerce section in my 11th standard. And they're like, but dude, tere to 10 points hai na, 10 pointer hai na. And I'm like, what is it? Because I'm stupid, I'm a kid. What will I think? So I thought that and I changed it to non-medical and I took that. But this taught me something in life. I chose to, when I was picking my college, chose to not take mass media or journalism. If I go alongside people, like if I'm sitting in a room with you and with 98 other people like us who are podcasters, will I get any bhav? Too tough, no? Too tough to get that bhav because everyone has the similar skill. But if I get into the corporate world, if I get into the startup world, and there if I'm working, and if I'm creating the work that I'm creating with the power that I can create with, and there are not people like me, I'll always get that extra edge. I've always felt the extra energy in those days when, iPhone 3GS and iPhone 4 and 4S used to be there, and I used to have that. People just used to give me bhav. I'm sorry, I'll be honest, I love extra bhav. Who doesn't? And I'm unapologetic about it. No. And similarly, when I had to pick a platform, I did pick Instagram. Actually, first I picked YouTube, yeah. So, and I'm sorry, I'll keep looking at Pallav also because I'm like that, I keep talking like that. So, but I'll tell you what. So
no, look at the camera.
I'll look at the camera also. I love you guys also, but now I'm kidding. No, but I'll tell you what. I created a YouTube channel in college and from the YouTube channel, so we were 3 people who created the YouTube channel. होता ही है आप YouTube चैनल 3-4 लोगों के साथ बनाते हो जैसे बियॉन्से के डेस्टिनी चाइल्ड के साथ हुआ एक बियॉन्से फेमस हो गई मेरे को बहुत सारे फॉलोअर्स Instagram पे आ गए इंडिविजुअली सो आई स्टार्टेड क्रिएटिंग ऑन Instagram उस टाइम पे स्टोरीज बहुत होती थी एंड देन इवेंचुअली माय पेरेंट्स गॉट टू दोस स्टोरीज and because my relatives got to those stories because the kind of person I am. I'm very out there and open and chill and living in my own freedom. But when the kids of my relatives are watching that content and then they're calling my parents, it's a call of concern. So I just thought that I will migrate from here. And I was just lucky also. Luck also has a role to play in it. It's just not strategy. I can't be like a cocky liar here. So in all honesty, it was luck. I was doing my interviews with over 100 startup founders in my first internship in the year 2018. And I went pan-India with a company called Density Media, and the project was high on startup. So that was my introduction to startups. And when I was meeting these startup founders across India, I was like, Archana, where do I send them a connection request? Like, do I go and say Instagram pe mujhe follow kar lo? I said, it's better if and Facebook pe friend request bhejo. So I just went on LinkedIn like that. Now automatically I had done these interviews on camera with them just like this one. So I had to post them online. So I posted on LinkedIn and I tagged them also.
Wow.
And I just started getting inbound. LinkedIn works very well for business. And once that happened for me, I was like, there's no going back. But me showing myself authentically, putting on a bucket hat, getting a glasses, or like, the look, being comfortable in my own skin on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's important.
This happened on last year, 1st June 2022. When the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program content kind of started coming in. And I chose LinkedIn as a platform because I was like, no one else is doing things on LinkedIn like I am doing. And clearly that has got me a chair next to Archana. So clearly it works.
Wow, this is commendable. Thank you. I'm feeling really proud of myself. But tell me, the Accelerator program that you spoke about, how did you get there? How does LinkedIn choose accelerators?
That's a very cool ask, and a lot of people asking this, and thank God with this, we will answer this question now once and for all on camera. So whenever you want something in life, you want to become a podcast show host, you want to have your own show, you've done over 100 episodes, dude, like congratulations to you on that. That's fabulous, right? But how did your journey start? You would have figured out somebody like Pallav before this and would have reached to Pallav at a point where you found somebody who understands and you can connect with. So there's always that thing that you want to search what I want to do. How did someone end up on the Shark Tank India stage? Like I host a series with Shark Tank India entrepreneurs, right? So like how did they end up on the Shark Tank India stage? They started looking around. So I was looking around what is going on, what is not going on. So I kept my eye on US market because US has a lot of people on LinkedIn. So whatever is happening in US automatically, India may it will translate. So I was just looking at it and I was looking at US and I was like, oh, they have a creator accelerator program. So my like eyes and ears were all up. So I started connecting with people and finding people on LinkedIn who are managing creators in India. I was like, when's it happening in India and all and everything. They just told me, LinkedIn will not tell you anything. They told me to just wait. I was waiting. And I think 2 months later, I saw the application because I connected with the right people. So it just came on my feed and I was like, oh, it's a form. And then I went ahead, I filled a form. It was a long application. It also required for us to make a video of ourselves pitching that. We had to pick a theme. So my theme, I'm very chalu like that. I said, मैं क्या theme? No, but I was like, मैं क्या theme pick करूँ ना? तो मैंने पता क्या theme pick की? Life hacks. मैं कुछ भी cover कर लूँगा life hacks में, कुछ भी बोल सकता हूँ. And it was very convenient, and they picked me. And when they did, it just changed everything for me. So there was absolutely me looking out for something like this, a break for my opportunity 110%. So that was step one. So keep looking out of what you want to do. Number two would be something that be in the right circle when you're looking out. There'll be all sorts of people in the market, some good people, some very good people, some great people, and some people who also don't know what they're doing with their lives like you are trying to figure out. So be sure to be in the right circle. And number three is give it your all. When I filled the application, I filled it in 3 hours and I recorded the video and I gave it my all because I was like, yeah, ab yahi karna hai life mein, yahi chahiye mere ko. And I think that just landed me there and things changed after that.
Wow.
Things have changed after that. Things have been very phenomenal after that. I mean, from the way I was living my life earlier to what I'm living it today, definitely phenomenal.
So in 1 year?
Less than a year, yeah. It was 1 June last year. Less than a year, I'm like shocked.
Wow. So amazing. So are you all hearing what Jatin said right now? Whatever you want to do, give it your 100%.
Give it your 100%.
And if you want to be a LinkedIn accelerator, all you need to do is to keep looking out and spend time. All right, just spend time and you'll get there.
Yeah, and there's also another thing. If you want to be a part of the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator Program, second cohort, follow me on LinkedIn. I'll tell you why. And it's not a follow me on LinkedIn because I need more followers. I don't need followers who generally don't want to see my content, because that's not a long-term game. But I'll tell you why. Because the moment LinkedIn announces that, they'll tell the alumni, we're the alumni. The moment they tell us, we will go and start talking about it because we want people from our network and our communities to get selected in the program. Because my hashtag says together we rise, right? So I have to tell my community. In fact, I've also told this to my community. If you're somebody who is new, I'm sorry you don't have this leverage. But in my community, if someone has been with me through my journey and has been with me for a long time, I'm also going to help with them with their application on the LinkedIn Creator Access program for free. Because I want my people to rise. Imagine I had like one me in the creator program and imagine 10 of my friends also. Imagine like we have a like fun gang. It's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, I know. Right?
And then we can twinning again.
110%. And then we can twin in again. Maybe like we have another host and we're just getting questioned about it. I mean, it's fun, no? I mean, who knows? Life can be anything after social media and the internet. The world has opened up. The opportunities for all of us. Now it depends upon us what we want to make of it. Everything is accessible. Can you believe it?
But you know, Jatin, not many people want to share the secrets. And so here's Jatin, who's ready to share all the secrets. And he's such an open person, right?
Yeah, I'll tell anything. Tell me.
Jatin, tell me, are you an influencer?
I am definitely not an influencer. If somebody
But
else,
you are.
But if someone calls me, I feel great about it. But
so
I would
cool.
say I'm a creator. I'll give you a logical reason of that why, Archana. So the thing is very, very simple. If I become influencer, what is this influencer tag that is saying? If I have a LinkedIn Top Voice badge, sure, okay. I think it's in the making, because hopefully. Or if I get 100,000 followers on LinkedIn or I get 1 million followers on LinkedIn, fine, sure, go for it. But what's my job before and after becoming that influencer tag, right?
Yes.
I am creating content. I will be creating content. So the job is of a creator. So I am a LinkedIn creator per se. I may be a good creator, great creator, bad creator with respect to different opinions that are there in the market of the different people that are there. That's chill. But if someone calls me an influencer, it feels great. Do I like calling myself an influencer? Absolutely not. I'm very uncomfortable with the word.
I thought you love it.
I love hearing it from others. I don't like to say it myself.
you don't want to
I don't know
say.
if that
You're
makes
modest.
sense. Yeah. Not modest yet. It's just awkward if you're calling yourself influencer, no?
नहीं मैं तो influencer हूँ.
But ठीक है आपके लिए chill है. I'm saying to each their own. But what I'm also saying that influencer is something I can't tell you that I have been able to influence you or not. You can tell me if you have been influenced by what I just said. So
भाई आप यहाँ बैठे हो, मैं तो एकदम ही आपने इन्फ्लुएंस किया मुझे.
पर फिर तो मतलब आप बोल सकते हो ना ये कि हाँ Jatin is an influencer for me, and I think
so
like I want to leave it like that. Maybe I've become comfortable with this word. I started my own company. I wasn't comfortable with the word entrepreneur. Forget the word founder. It took me 3 months to come out and tell the world, okay, अब मेरी खुद की company है and stuff like that. So I think I will come to being okay with that word. Maybe you never know, कल को मैं बदल जाऊँ और मैं लिख रहा हूँ बस influencer ही रगड़ा हुआ है अपनी पूरी प्रोफाइल पे, you never know. But right now and in the headspace that I just don't feel personally comfortable saying that. And also there's a lot of negative connotation to the word influencer ना यार. The moment somebody says they're influencer or someone else says oh you're an influencer, तो अच्छा ये Instagram पे जाके नाचता होगा या नाचती होगी.
भाई ऐसे.
Yeah, there is a very bad connotation to influencer in the industry. I don't know what's the reason. Either people are jealous or people just feel that influencers का काम सही नहीं है या जो नहीं है, या फिर people को लगता है कि jealous
They're only there to make money also, I feel sometimes.
मतलब मनी भी कर लो,
मतलब हर चीज़ is about money.
यार मैं आपको बताता हूँ, बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ मैं आपको, ठीक है. मैं एप्पल की वॉच पहनता हूँ लेकिन मैं हैमर्स की वॉच गिव अवे देता हूँ. ये क्या हिसाब किताब हुआ? मैं खुद तो प्रोडक्ट नहीं पहन रहा बट मैं प्रोडक्ट यूज करके किसी को गिव अवे देता हूँ. अब मैं आपको फंडामेंटल बताता हूँ कि क्यों पैसे चाहिए होते हैं इन्फ्लुएंसर को. क्यों पैसे चाहिए होते हैं? इसलिए चाहिए होते हैं, मैं अपने घर से कैब बुक करके यहाँ आया, अब मैं यहाँ से कैब बुक करके वहाँ जाऊँगा. अब इस बीच में मेरी एक कॉल हुई ऑल्ट के साथ. इट्स अ न्यू कंपनी, दे सेंडिंग मी 10 वॉचेस एंड दे हैव टोल्ड मी दैट आई कैन गो टू देयर वेबसाइट एंड सिलेक्ट व्हिच वॉच डिजाइन आई लाइक एंड दे विल सेंड मी दैट. सो आई विल डू अ रिव्यू एंड देन आई विल गिव इट टू माय कम्युनिटी एंड लाइक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. इसमें भी बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है, आप लिंक्डइन पे गिव अवे नहीं कर सकते कोई भी फिजिकल. सो व्हेन आई गो टू फिजिकल इवेंट्स देयर आई गिव इट टू पीपल बिकॉज़ लिंक्डइन हैज नॉट अलाउड इट. बट लिंक्डइन पे अगर आपको गिव अवे करनी है तो द काइंड ऑफ गिव अवे यू कैन डू इज कि मैंने 1 घंटा फ्री कंसल्टेशन किसी को ऑफर कर दी. इन टर्म्स ऑफ वैल्यू यू कैन ऑफर ऑन लिंक्डइन. सो एंड तभी तो इतने ज्यादा गिव अवे नहीं होते लिंक्डइन पे, तभी तो लिंक्डइन बचा हुआ है एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म. It's a good thing I would say and I support them in this. But honestly, ये कॉल हुआ मेरे रास्ते में while I was coming over here. अब ये हो रहा है, इसके बीच में जब मैं यहाँ नीचे पहुंचा तो मेरे कैब ड्राइवर को पैसे ट्रांसफर होने में उनका कुछ इंटरनेट का, उनके बैंक में कुछ दिक्कत है and all of that, right? अब ये सारे सिचुएशन हो रहा है. I'll give you the point of this because I know you're looking for it now. अब मुझे सोचो कहीं पे भी जाना है, मुझे कहीं की भी टिकट बुक करनी है और मुझे कल जाना है. तो मेरे पास उसके लिए अकाउंट में पैसे होने चाहिए.
सही बात है.
अगर मैं ये सोचूंगा कि मेट्रो ट्रांसपोर्ट लेके यहाँ तक पहुंचता तो टाइम लग जाता, ऐसा तो नहीं दिख रहा होता. So you need that money यार. But you need to have a responsibility. I will not name anyone because I don't want to get into the name game, but I'll talk about a principle. Recently एक event हुआ था नोएडा में, तो वो इवेंट में गड़बड़ हो गई कुछ. जो ऑर्गेनाइजर था उसने फायर फेस्टिवल टाइप कर दिया, इवेंट नहीं हुआ और बहुत बड़े बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स ने उसको काइंड ऑफ लाइक सपोर्ट किया था. नहीं सपोर्ट किया था यार, वीडियोस डाली थी कि हम लोग इस इवेंट पे आ रहे हैं और फिर वो इवेंट नहीं हुआ. ऑडियंस ने क्या किया, इवन यंग क्रिएटर्स लाइक मी, maybe a little bit bigger creators, they all went. कुछ लोगों ने स्टोरी बताई कि यार ऐसा हो गया और ये गलत हुआ, ये नहीं होना चाहिए था. कुछ लोगों ने ना उसको अपॉर्चुनिटी की तरह यूज किया, उन इन्फ्लुएंसर की फोटोज डाल दी और क्रॉस बना दिया और लिख दिया कुछ उनके बारे में. I feel it was a failure of both the sides. Number one, the organizers of course definitely failed. सारा ओनस उनका था यार, एक इन्फ्लुएंसर इवेंट थोड़ी जाके ऑर्गेनाइज करा रहा है, चेहरे थोड़ी रख रहे हैं वहाँ पे. अगर खाना खराब है, it's not the influencer's fault. Right. And the influencer is not vetting it. But the influencer should definitely vet that who is this person who's organizing this. आप मुझे बताओ, कोई आपको बोलेगा मैं आपको 2 करोड़ रुपए दूंगा, 2 करोड़ रुपए दूंगा, आपको 4 वीडियो बनानी और इवेंट पे आना है, आप मना करोगे उसको? आपको लगेगा बंदा लेजिट है क्योंकि पेमेंट 50% पहले हो जाती है. So
you got the payment?
No, not me. I wasn't there. I'm talking about some big influencers, which I don't want to name. But एक तो ये गलती हो गई लोगों की. The audience made a mistake. Second, influencers also made a mistake. Event नहीं हुआ, गड़बड़ हो गई. Just make a video and tell that I'm sorry that I invested in something wrong. I'll be very diligent about ensuring who I partner with next. So this is a very gray area. So I feel both of them failed for me. And I'm not saying that it's a test that I have created, but I'm definitely saying that is why I'm not comfortable with the term influencer. Because then I get a part of a club, a tag, which is just open to interpretation by anybody. And I'm not open to interpretation. I'm just me. I'm Jatin Saini. And you can find me on LinkedIn. And if you want to know more, you can find me more on LinkedIn because I post every day and sometimes twice and sometimes thrice. Yes, I'm obsessed. And yes, she knows it.
Okay. Great. So you don't want to call yourself an influencer is what I got from the conversation.
Sorry.
We will call him. He doesn't like it himself. Okay, Jatin, tell me something. That when I just read the first thing that you've written on LinkedIn, it says you help to accelerate 1 million followers.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Okay, so what is that?
It says, I'll help you get 1 million followers on your LinkedIn page. Let's connect and talk business.
Right.
So
what's that 1 million page followers that you get? And please, can you tell a little bit more about people who are really struggling to do that? What is the right way? Since you are open to sharing secrets.
Lovely.
Share some secrets.
It's a very long ask, but I'll try to do justice to this.
Do it, Chris, so that we have too many questions.
I know. So I'll try to make it justice to it. Like, So number one, very quickly, why do I say you get 1 million followers on your LinkedIn business page? While you've been very kind, you didn't say that, oh Jatin, you only have 17,000, 18,000 followers. How are you claiming that you can get 1 million followers? I mean, that can be definitely a question, and I'm totally open for that because I've written it. So I'm answering it. So in my accountability, I'll say that when I worked for first page, which was Center Global Services, we created, I think, in the year 2018. That has over 2 lakh followers on the page now. Then I moved to Koho. Koho, we didn't do any LinkedIn because they were not up for it. Then I moved to Hauser. Hauser's page we created. We decided the name of the company. Hauser was not a like the name of the company. Hauser wasn't decided when I joined. Na. It was Rebecca Developers, and then from there we got hired, and they were like, we are creating a brand on co-living. So it was a full marketing team which I was a part of, and thank God I met Sameen, Abhishek, and Saurav Srivastava there. So I'm very grateful for them. And so Hauser's LinkedIn page, and I was like obsessive because they gave me a lot of freedom and choice to do what I want to do in the company. I said LinkedIn for sure, and we are almost about to reach 1 lakh followers on LinkedIn. They're 97,000 now. Then I moved to Planet Spark. We started with 3,000 followers. Today they're at 1,70,000 plus. Maybe 80 hoga, ऐसे कुछ number होगा, exactly I don't remember. But that. And there are more companies also which have built. So when I talk about that I'll get you 1 million followers, what I'm essentially talking about is on your business page, and I have written also on your LinkedIn page. Your profile is not your page, your profile is your profile. Now to talk about what can really work for you, I think I should answer more from a perspective of what can work for a business or for a person.
So like I'm a personal brand, but I also have a business page. But that business page is because I'm the brand which represents my company.
Correct.
There is no other product we are selling. We're selling service.
Correct.
So how does somebody like me, because of my personal profile, actually, I feel there's a lot of traction to my business page.
Correct.
But I'm not a business entity, so to say.
Correct.
So what do you have to say for
I can answer that. I can answer that. It's an easy answer for me, and it's an interesting ask because we were going through something very similar recently. Because we started House of Creators, and Jatin Saini again is a personal brand that people know. So the moment I announce House of Creators is my company, everybody just comes and says, "Oh, it's a great company." Usse pehle I have called some of my friends and creators and asked, "Hey, House of Creators is a new page on LinkedIn. What do you think about it?" हाँ, पता नहीं कौन है, पर जैसे design तो ठीक लग रहा है इस पे. And I just ask people very politely because people will generally just say good stuff, right? So I'll answer your question now. You're somebody who curates these conversations and experiences. You're definitely in touch with a lot of people.
Right.
All of those people would not be like me, who'd be super active and aggressive on LinkedIn. But definitely LinkedIn is a platform for them.
Yes.
So LinkedIn audio events can be your absolute strength. But
really?
Yeah, and 2 things you should do in the LinkedIn audio events. Not like you should just call people and do the conversations there. That's one side of it. Another side of it is go tell the secrets. Tell people how you started a podcast and how your entire system you've built and how you started this business. But tell them in points and actionables. Don't tell them paragraphs and stories. Tell them कि अभी है तो इसके बाद actionable दो. अभी जाओ इस कॉल के बाद जाके 3 days के अंदर आपने डेट लिखी है. इस डेट पे आपको क्लोज चाहिए किस बंदे को आप इंटरव्यू कर रहे हो. उसके 3 days के बाद आपको एक डेट चाहिए कब आप रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हो. उसके 3 days के बाद आपको एक डेट चाहिए पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. उसके 3 days के बाद आपको एक डेट चाहिए कि अभी लाइव चला गया. और इस सब के अंदर अगर आपके पास ऐसा इंसान नहीं है जो कोई गेस्ट बन सकता है, कॉल योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड. क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग कैमरा पे कंफर्टेबल नहीं होते. सो पीपल विल आस्क मी, अरे हाउ आर यू दिस कंफर्टेबल ऑन कैमरा यार, लाइक आई एम जस्ट चिल ऑन कैमरा. एंड द रीजन इज मैं अपने फ्रेंड से जैसे बात करता हूँ मैं वैसे आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, राइट? तो अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड को बुलाओ, कैमरा ऑन करो और उसके बाद बातें करो उसके साथ फुल पावर.
गुड हैक.
एंड द मोमेंट यू एंड अप डूइंग दैट ना, और इसका एक और खतरनाक तरीका भी, आपको इंडिविजुअल रील बनानी है ना, उसको फोन पकड़ा दो और ऊपर उसके लाइक अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ना, आई एम लुकिंग एट यू डूड, it's so convenient for me to just talk to the camera because I'm just looking at, and I'm looking at a person, it's always easy to talk. So similarly, you can do stuff like that. But I'll come back and answer your question. So one is definitely leverage LinkedIn audio events. You have the power of your voice because that's your art where it lies. That's where the magic comes out if you use that. यहाँ आने के लिए आपको मेहनत मशक्कत करके आना पड़ा, जगह बुक करानी पड़ी. चलो ये लोग आपको जानते हैं, they're very nice friends and all.
Ajay, thank you.
Wanda, it's not possible here. So thank you, Ajay. But another thing is, physical कितना movement हुआ, अब इसके बाद कोई और आएगा. ऑनलाइन इवेंट घर बैठे बैठे हो जाता है. आई वाज इन बरेली दिस वेडनेसडे. आई हैड गॉन टू इन्वर्टिस यूनिवर्सिटी टू स्पीक ऑन द लिंक्डइन पावर एंड आई वाज रिटर्निंग बैक. वेडनेसडे था. वेडनेसडे 8 PM इज माय शो दैट हैपेंस विद लिंक्डइन इन्फ्लुएंसर्स, टॉप वॉइसेस एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, एंड वी टॉक अबाउट हाउ टू क्रिएट कंटेंट, वायरलिटी, व्हाई इज इट नॉट वर्किंग, व्हाट शुड यू रन आफ्टर, हाउ कैन यू बिकम अ टॉप वॉइस एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. सो अब वेडनेसडे को शो है 8 बजे और मैं वहां से निकला हूँ 4 बजे और दिल्ली गुड़गांव तक पहुंचने में लगते हैं, मतलब 12 बजे पहुंचा मैं रात को. आई स्टॉप्ड एट द ढाबा डूड. आई होस्टेड फ्रॉम देयर. Can you do that? You can't, because it's भी बहुत मेहनत लगती है जो आप कर रहे हो वो करने में. आसान काम नहीं है.
मिलेंगे कैसे ना?
हम नहीं तो आपका मेन प्रोडक्ट जो है जो ये चल रहा है वो तो करना ही करना है,
हाँ,
बट आप
उसके
उसको
अलावा-
डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल बिल्ड कर सकते हो लिंक्डइन को। अब मेरी बात सुनो, होगा क्या, काफी सारे ऐसे लोग आ सकते हैं जो आपसे कोर्स मांगे कि आप मुझे पॉडकास्ट सिखा दो कि आपने जो किया है, और क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए आपके पास कोर्स, दैट्स योर स्किल, यू शुड मार्केट ऑन इट आल्सो एंड मेक अ लोअर प्राइस ऑफ द कोर्स ताकि ज्यादा लोग ले सकें, सो इट्स हेल्पफुल आल्सो। नंबर 2 इज मोर पीपल विल स्टार्ट कमिंग, यू वांट टू गेट फीचर्ड ऑन योर शो। मैं आपको बताऊं, शार्क टैंक इंडिया वाले शो के बाद कितने ऐसे शार्क टैंक इंडिया फाउंडर्स, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स मेरे पास आए हैं जो सीजन 1 के थे, क्योंकि उनकी जो बज थी वो उतनी स्ट्रांग नहीं इतनी सीजन 2 की है, एंड दे वुड से कि यार हमें आपके शो पे लाइक कैन वी कम, वी हैव आल्सो बीन फीचर्ड ऑन शार्क टैंक इंडिया, सो कैन वी कम। आई एम लाइक डूड, मतलब थैंक यू, यस।
मतलब मैं तो फेमस हो गया ना।
फेमस वाली बात नहीं है, मेरा काम आसान हो गया। फेमस तो बाद में आता है, काम होता है, स्ट्रेस पहले के इवेंट करना है, लोग लाने हैं, बहुत मेहनत होती है भाई,
वो
मतलब
तो
वी टॉक
हाँ।
वेरी
और फिर
लेस अबाउट
लेट आ
इट
जाते हैं लोग, फिर उनकी टैक्सी भी नहीं आती है
यार। हाँ,
फिर वो टैक्सी का भी वो
sorry.
उसका पेमेंट लिंक नहीं चलता।
I'm very sorry.
मतलब वही
I'm getting used to.
I'm just
no, but I'm getting
नहीं,
used to this
नहीं,
life.
नहीं,
It's
मैं-
true.
मैं-
There
मैं
is.
तो-
I'm.
नहीं, don't take
But
it
it's true.
personal.
No,
है,
it's
don't
true.
take-
It is true. But it is true. I came late, and I'm very sorry for that. And I'm trying to make the most that I can of it. But you should never keep anybody waiting. But again, my point. लोग लेट आएंगे, आपका मूड खराब होगा, इनकी एनर्जी डाउन हो गई थी, मैं लेट आया था तो, राइट?
हाँ, मैं तो सो रही थी, आप देख ही रहे
करेक्ट। ये ऑडियो इवेंट पे नहीं होता। ऑडियो इवेंट पे स्ट्रेस नहीं होता। ऑडियो इवेंट पे वर्स्ट केस क्या होगा?
अरे ऑडियो इवेंट पे स्ट्रेस ये होता है कि लोग ही नहीं ज्वाइन करते आपको।
उसका hack
That's
देता हूँ।
my little bum.
I'll
Like
give you a
I
hack.
always feel LinkedIn कोई ऑडियो इवेंट कर रहा है, फिर मैं जाती हूँ, देखती हूँ, चलो सुनती हूँ, मैं देखती हूँ एक जने ने ज्वाइन किया,
I'll
बेचारे
give you a hack.
लोग,
I'll give you a hack. मैं बहुत सिंपली आपको बताता
तो
हूँ।
वो भी दोस्तों को दे दो लिंक।
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं। मेरे फ्रेंड्स तो मेरे कंटेंट नहीं देखते यार,
तो
मेरे
फिर
तो
बताओ।
बिल्कुल नहीं आते इवेंट में, उनको
फिर
पता सारा दिन की
कैसे
भूख है।
लाएं LinkedIn पे?
बहुत ही सिंपल है, आपने अपने घर पे पार्टी रखी, राइट?
रख ली।
और आई कैन गिव यू अ बेटर एग्जांपल। आपने यहाँ पे इवेंट रखा, ठीक है, ये इवेंट आपने रखा, आपने मुझे बताया जतिन यहाँ आ जा, मैं आ गया। ऑडियंस तो नहीं आई, ऑडियंस तो नहीं है हमारे पास, क्यों?
नहीं है हमारे पास।
क्योंकि आपने ऑडियंस को बोला ही नहीं आने के लिए यहाँ पे। सिमिलरली आपने लिंक्डइन पे इवेंट तो बना लिया, पर आपने वो ब्लू कलर का इनवाइट बटन दबा के लोगों को इनवाइट नहीं किया।
नहीं किया भी हो तो वो नहीं आएगा ना।
आएंगे 100%। आई टेल यू क्यों आएंगे। देखो, सारा नंबर गेम है। मेरे पास जब 5000 फॉलोअर्स थे तो उससे ज्यादा फॉलोअर्स ग्रो करने में बड़ी मेहनत लगी। अब मेरे पास 15, 17, 18,000 फॉलोअर हो गए हैं, तो भाई बड़ी जल्दी फॉलोअर बढ़ रहे हैं मेरे। लाइक अर्लियर आई वाज गेनिंग 9 से 10 फॉलोअर्स अ डे, टुडे आई गेन 50 फॉलोअर्स ऑन अ बैड डे। कैन यू व्हाट, दिस इज व्हाट क्रेजी, राइट?
Crazy.
तो सेम चीज है, अगर आपकी इवेंट के ऊपर देखेगा
मेरे
कि
10,000 फॉलोअर नहीं हो रहे,
अरे वो मैं
मतलब 9,480 पे अटके हुए हैं।
तो वो हो जाएंगे
कैसे?
अगर आप ऑडियो इवेंट करोगे तो वो देखो होता क्या है उसमें। देखो
मैं ऑडियो इवेंट करूंगी, आ जाना तुम।
देखो, सबके लिए चाहे शायद ये ना चले, पर अर्चना के लिए 100% चलेगा, बिकॉज़ योर कोर स्किल लाइज इन दिस, सो यू विल डू अ वेरी गुड इवेंट। दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सजेस्टिंग यू दिस अगेन एंड अगेन। सो आई टेल यू व्हाट हैपेंस।
मैं सेकंड एक्ट पे बात करती हूँ। पॉडकास्ट इज अनदर मीडियम ऑफ सेकंड एक्ट। सेकंड एक्ट मतलब जो चीज़ें हमारे अंदर कहीं छुपी हुई हैं, यू नो, विच वी हैव नॉट डिस्कवर्ड, सो उनको बाहर लाती हूँ, बोलती हूँ भाई जागो, अपने अंदर का पोटेंशियल ढूंढो, बिकॉज देयर इज सो मच वन कैन डू।
तो मैं
अब मैं यहाँ पे पॉडकास्ट कर रही हूँ जैसे, फिर मैं कंटेंट भी लिखती हूँ जैसे, फिर मैं वर्कशॉप्स भी करती हूँ, फिर मैं स्पीकर सेशंस भी करती हूँ, फिर मैं औरतों के ऊपर बहुत काम करती हूँ। सो इसकी वजह से मैं कहती हूँ जब मैं कर सकती हूँ अपना 26 साल का कॉर्पोरेट छोड़ के, तो पोटेंशियल है ना सब में, तो क्यों नहीं ढूंढते हम?
26 साल का कॉर्पोरेट छोड़ के, डू यू लुक लाइक यू, आई कांट टेल दैट यू हैव दैट मच एक्सपीरियंस इन यू,
बताओ।
बट आई टेल यू व्हाट, यू आर राइट, that's fine, I get that, but for somebody like you, why don't you host like a LinkedIn audio room where you're not calling any guests, छोड़ दो guests,
Oh.
where
Then
certain,
who will hear me?
I'll tell you, certain people just come, and these people come to maybe sing a song, tell poetry, because that's the second act, right? And
Yeah.
nobody is doing this on LinkedIn, and that's a very important part of LinkedIn is
This
your work
I'm
life.
gonna use
it. And now I'll tell you what, now when you do this, शुरू में लोग कम आएंगे उस पर। अगर आपने, जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ Wednesday 8 PM आई होस्ट द शो, एवरीबडी नोज Wednesday 8 PM, अब मैं 6 महीने से कर रहा हूँ उसको, अब लोगों को पता है Wednesday, मैंने शो का नाम बदल के द Wednesday शो रख दिया यार अब। सो कंसिस्टेंसी पेज वेरी वेल ऑन LinkedIn, LinkedIn वर्क्स ऑर्गेनिकली। तो जब आप एक इवेंट लाइव कर देते हो और आप इवेंट में बैठे हो, आपको 1 घंटा बैठना होता है, लोग आते जाते रहते हैं कमरे में। मेरे एक इवेंट में 2000-2500 लोग भी आए हुए हैं, लेकिन एक टाइम पे नहीं है।
हाँ,
तो एक टाइम पे 500 लोग होंगे, बट लाइक वो रूम
500 is huge boss।
भाई तो पहले इवेंट में नहीं आया था ना, पहले इवेंट में तो 100 लोग थे, तो धीरे धीरे बिल्ड होता है। और मेरे इवेंट में 40 लोग भी आएंगे, मैंने फिर भी किया। मैं तो ये सोच गया था 4 लोग भी आएंगे, मैं तो करूंगा, जो 4 आए हैं वो लोग ही काफी हैं। लिंक्डइन पे तो 4 लोग कमेंट करते हैं आपकी पोस्ट पे, आपकी पोस्ट वायरल हो जाती है। ओके, आई वाज जस्ट किडिंग, बट आई जस्ट लाइक इट्स ट्रू, इफ दोस 4 people आर हैविंग गुड ट्रैक्शन एंड दे आर लाइक योर ट्रू ऑडियंस, इट जस्ट वर्क्स, लिंक्डइन एल्गोरिथम रीड्स इट, and it's purely based on organic, right? So it goes to more people and your profile gets more hits. But the point over here to grow your profile, this is just one of the features that you can use. There are multiple other features you can use. एक feature जिसकी आपने बात की, 1 million followers कैसे लाओगे? देखो, यहाँ बैठा हूँ फिर भी सवाल आ रहा है, तो क्या? No, but how engineered would that line be? कि लोगों के दिमाग तक रह जाती है. मेरे inbox में बहुत queries आती हैं कि मतलब they would just be like पूछ तो लेते हैं ऐसे. And when they come, I get business. And if I get business from LinkedIn, ये तो बहुत बढ़िया है. मैं fun भी यहीं कर रहा हूँ, काम भी यहीं कर रहा हूँ. ये तो chill हो गया life. And बैठा भी यहाँ पे आज LinkedIn की वजह से.
तुम तो कंटेंट करते हो, ठीक है? जैसे कि मेरे LinkedIn पे है I am your Discover Your SecondAct Coach. उसकी जगह मुझे क्या लिखना चाहिए ताकि लोग मुझे जरा पिंग करें और बोले भाई ये बताओ ये कैसे करते हो?
तो देखो ये तो गलत क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं आपने मुझे क्योंकि I'll need more details about your product. I will try to engineer. No, but I'll tell you, I would want to engineer some numbers into it. I would want to engineer something which is a specific stop point. अब ये कि I am your coach, मैं आपकी कोच हूँ. अरे पर हम तो मिले नहीं कभी. आप मेरी कोच कैसे हो? Now you're getting me. So I will always say I'll help you get there. I'll not say I
am.
Or I am the person, I'm the only person or something. I think I'm not coming up with the right line, so I don't wanna. But what I'm saying is that I can help you. Like people are looking for help on LinkedIn for sure, and professional help. So that works well. I can support you. You can help someone rise. You know, you can help them grow. That works very well. Elevation होना चाहिए. And some specific solution. Like अगर मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं आपको 1 million follower ला दूंगा, वैसे तो मैं कॉल पे आने के बाद आपको बोलूँगा कि follower कुछ नहीं होता. Everything is about quality of content. But if you want numbers, मैं लाया हुआ हूँ लोगों के लिए, ला सकता हूँ आपके लिए भी. But content quality पे focus करो, लोगों को connect करने में focus करो. But वो hook जरूरी होता है. So वो hook आपके लिए क्या है वो आप बता सकते हो. I may know LinkedIn and how people on LinkedIn like to consume my content better, but you definitely know about your product and business better. So वो एक discussion में बैठ के decide करके और चीजें पता करके after asking some questions, doing an interview like this just about your brand, and you then we kind of boil down on that.
No, this is because I wanted everybody else to hear it as well. That what can we do better, especially when people are just reading very little about you. Just under what you've mentioned about your company, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that makes a difference. And of course, we have wonderful people like him who can accelerate this business, and then he's just a call away. Very, very approachable, very, very fun, and very, very relatable. Okay, Jatin, this podcast is about second act. And when I say, what's your second act, what comes to your mind?
I mean, had you asked me this question, you know, a year or 2 years ago, I would have said, you know, a lot of things like from going on a stage to maybe just reciting poetry to doing a debate or hosting a show.
Wow.
But today, my second act is none of these things.
Okay.
Because this has just become a job now. Now, for work, I do this. So this is my first act now. My second act is DJing. I don't have a great like DJ set or anything, but I have a lot of DJ friends that I made in Goa when I stayed there for a year during COVID. I don't know, like people, like I'm just very social, so I just become friends with people. And then they allowed me to come on the on their mixer and help me mix in some stuff. So I think my second act would be, if I was not doing what I'm doing right now, I would have quit everything and become a DJ. If money was not a thing, I would become a DJ. Like I would just be a DJ.
But second act is not about like that if you're working somewhere, that's not your second act. It's about being ourselves and yet evolving. You know, so I just say that second act is that space where you are able to discover something that you're not able to discover otherwise. And that could happen in the space that you're working. And that could also be a higher purpose that you're trying to achieve. That could be a spark in your life. That could be something that brings in the yellow in the glasses that you're wearing, the brightness, the the energy that you throw away. So it could be anything. It's not about leave one and that's
my second act I have then. Something that I truly take pleasure in and which I never have thought like a professional thing is designing a home. And very soft designing a home, not like physically easy stuff because I shift houses a lot. So I usually rent a place, all the time rent a place. So, and I stay there for a year or more. And when I do, I just like to see the place in a certain way and I really put my thoughts into what goes where in terms of utility also.
Wow.
Which is very fun because I don't think about utility as much in my life as much I think about fun. But when I'm thinking of a house, and I think this happened during COVID because I spent so much time at home and that opened. And I just love helping out people who are. Recently, my friend Tabu has moved into a new house, so we did the entire
The
mood
Tabu,
board.
the superstar Tabu.
Tabu Rajput is my friend. She's
Oh,
no less
okay.
than a superstar, but no, she's not done movies. But she's no less than a superstar. Yeah. But the thing is, so for her house, we prepared a proper mood board on Canva. And we did like the full exercise, and that was just liberating, fun, exciting, and I like to tell people about it. That you see when they come to Tabu's
So
house,
good.
I say ये हमने किया है साथ में, ये देखो,
Yeah,
and
so
I just take out my phone and I'll be like मेरे हाथ में नहीं है दिखा देता हूँ अभी तक. I was like देखो ये देखो ऐसे बनाया था, and now this is how our house is looking. I'm moving out of my house in Gurgaon and going back to Goa now, so मेरे
Oh,
phone
where
में.
will the energy go from Gurgaon then?
I love
I'm so
Gurgaon. I'll keep coming. You'll keep calling me. I'm just a flight away. What are you saying?
Yes.
But I'll tell you what. So
I keep on also having these little community coffees, by the way, for all my, people
all the
who come
important
here.
people that
All
I can
the
come
guests
and
who
meet.
come,
I
yes.
would love to come at the community catch up. I'm a community guy. Yeah.
Then you can host the show.
100%. And I host shows absolutely free. I don't charge for shows. I'm saying this on camera also. A lot of people ask me, "Aap paise kitne lete ho?" I don't do it. If the show is good and the people are nice, and if you feel that those people will become a part of my community, I don't need the money. But I'll do one free show for you. After that, you'd want to pay me.
That's on camera. Okay, so I am just going to tell you that you are incredible. You are power packed. And I haven't seen this energy. I want to repeat it again. Keep this up, okay? Whatever you eat, whatever your mom's eaten, and whatever you guys have in your genes, just keep it up. I have to wrap it up with fireside chat, or what does Coffee with Karan say?
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire
Yeah.
questions. Okay, so if there is one hack you've not shared with anybody, what's that?
Oh no! Now I'm figuring out shit. I've usually said most of the stuff that I've shared with everybody online. One hack that I have not shared with anyone yet. I'm usually a guy who tells everything, so nothing is coming in my head right now. What have you done?
I have caught you.
I can't think. Oh
Okay.
my god.
Okay, second.
Wait, I'll still answer. A hack. Just give me like 5 seconds.
Okay.
A hack that I've never given to. The hack that no, I don't have any. I just whatever comes to my mind, I just tell it online. That's the job, right? Like, right?
Okay, so okay, the next question. So, what is it that you think of before writing a content? I mean, how does so much content come to you? Because I also want to do so much content, but then I get like, okay, nothing's coming to my mind. Does that happen?
So you remember that before we started the conversation, I was telling you about the fly story.
Yeah.
So that,
Well,
like the fly story, that how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
I
help.
know,
So,
yeah.
so oh sorry, they would not know.
They
Correct,
would not
sorry.
know, but like,
Smart
yeah.
host. So I'll give you an example. So for example, when I'm sitting and I just talked about on this conversation that we recorded that I'm moving my house from Gurgaon to Goa. I talked about the interiors that we did at
Yeah.
Tabu's house, right? Now at my house that I'm leaving. So I am taking certain pictures because a lot of my friends I'm telling like you, right? Like you, I'm telling that, oh, I'm going back to Goa and I'm shifting permanently this time. People say, oh wow, dude, that's a great thing. Everybody who can leave Gurgaon should leave. I love Gurgaon. I love Gurgaon. I just feel that I have outgrown the city and that's why I'm leaving it. But I love Gurgaon. Gurgaon has made me who I am today. It may have pollution, it may have traffic, it may have as many problems.
It has great people.
It has amazing people. It has exceptional people. And I wouldn't have been where I am today without Gurgaon. So I love the city. So I wanted to answer this to people. So what I did is, and I'll show you pictures before I go, of course, because it's in my phone. And there in my photos of taking, there are a lot of, I stay on 21st floor. So there are a lot of pigeons that come. 1 second you'll see, they'll come. 1 second you'll see, they'll go. And that's where my work desk is. So this is the area, this is my work desk, and I see, it's a huge space. Another thing that I miss is I stay up. So moon will come at 6:30. I can see it in the sky. The sun rises and I wake up with a slap on my face. And like, I love that. So these
so the
things,
content comes from there?
the content comes from here. The content comes from here. I'll just talk about that how waking up with just a slap from a sun can really make you feel energetic. Or it'll just be like, I'll miss pigeons. And I can maybe just talk about that how we have taken pigeons' homes and we've created these buildings. And then we end up saying that we as humans have a lot of problems with pigeons. I hear a lot of my friends talking about who stay in societies that pigeons are a big issue. Pigeons create smell and all of that. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm against it. I'm definitely pro pigeons, dude. Like, we've taken their home, dude. That's not cool. We've taken like, this uncool. So I would talk about that. And I would see what my community says, right? I watched this movie on, and this post backfired, yeah. This post backfired, crazy. So I wrote a nice stuff, which I think is nice. I wrote that, people should not take, the context is people should not take, kind and loving people lightly. If you give them a tough time, you should know that their other side is also very extreme.
Right.
And they're just
Yeah.
like their beast is not dead, it's sleeping. Now I just dropped this post and people just like, of course, and I left. Because I was working and I was tired also. I had a big day before yesterday. So I posted this yesterday. And there are just messages saying all okay and people with blue verified LinkedIn badge. Are you okay? Is everything fine? Jatin, yes, you can do it. Some people are supporting all of that.
It is cool as well.
And I'm
that
just,
means people love you.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I wrote back in the comment. I did not tell anybody that I watched the movie and this thought has come from there. There was this woman, Iobi, who was raped left, right and center and then she became a warrior. And when she became a warrior, she would still get those mental things that comes, those memories, and that would just really do something to her, fits she would get. And that's what exactly the thought was about. And I wrote about it and then I wrote a message, like reply to that. And I said to Anshuman Tiwari, and I love you Anshuman for checking up on me. And so many people checked up on WhatsApp, dude. Like I'm grateful. But I'll tell you what.
Nice.
So I wrote him, I said, the thought comes from the movie, the Woman King that I was watching on Netflix yesterday, but I've clearly learned a lesson. I should have just written one line at the end of the post saying that go watch the movie. And now that I didn't, but I also have found this, that I'm in a cared for community. People genuinely care for me. Like यार क्या मतलब क्यों किसी को क्या पड़ी है यार मेरे से वो क्यों मेरे पे check करें? And if people are, that's a very like I'm speechless, dude. I'm just very thankful. And I wrote that and lesson learned. # lesson learned. I learned my lesson. So content just comes from life. I've met you. We've talked about so much, and I'll give you content today. I'll give you content. If we get a picture together and we get a full, which we should, because you're looking absolutely goddamn like mic drop gorgeous.
Ditto.
Thank you. You cutie Korean hack. I'll tell you what. Now I was telling you this thing right when we came, and complimenting someone is fine and everything, but if it's a genuine compliment, right? Like if it's a genuine compliment that I'm giving to her, how is it genuine? The genuine is this, and this is the post, that you're wearing black, but the pop is happening really nice. The kara that you're wearing, the bangle that you're wearing on your hand, that's a little bit archaic and ancient, adds to the look, gives to the flavor, right? You're having this rubber band thing in your hand, which says that, you know, I'm all this, but I'm all that also. Yeah. You're wearing these, and now we're a part of the club because I'm wearing this, I'm loving it. Which, by the way, she encouraged me to wear it. I wasn't comfortable in the beginning, then I wore it, and then I was like,
looking so cool.
Upar kar lo, niche kar lo, ab to chahiye ye camera mein. And then, you know, you look at this and that tells a lot about you. You're wearing the gungroos in that way, which shows that, you know, you can't box me in any way, and I can rock it in my own style. And I think that's wonderful. And that's gold. I mean, that's gold. Nothing beats gold. I mean, I would swap them for my shoes like left, right, and center right now. So that's content, dude. To talk about that, and that's just a great sense of how you're carrying yourself as a professional and stuff like that. That's content.
So cool. And thank you so much. And then we wrap up, because with Jatin, I don't think there is going to be only one session. I'm going to call him after every whenever he's back from Goa, we do one episode with him, because I'm sure he'll come back with more energy, more content, more hacks, more everything.
And on the record, as we wrap this up, Archana is absolutely invited to my house in Goa. And when you come there, we're definitely recording something.
That's also on camera.
Yes, it is on camera.
Stay tuned.